This is a conversation that comes up over and over and over again, especially as the NBA advances into more and more scoring. As things currently stand, this is the most scoring NBA season since the early 1960s. Now, there's a variety of reasons for that. Pace of play is a big reason. Dude, like, look at that right now.
Wild.
Only eclipsed by the eras where Wilt Chamberlain was breaking all them records. And so, now again,
Completely unheard of. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, you're
just
good.
like we talk about the seasons, and there are a few seasons in the recent past that are in this territory. But if this holds, we're talking this hasn't been seen in well over 50 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. It's just
Well,
I haven't looked at
50
this till
years.
now.
We're looking at 60 plus years actually. And so
Insane.
so yes, how many points would Michael Jordan average in the modern NBA? We've all talked about this before, but as Russell just mentioned backstage, it's even changed a lot since the last time we talked about it. First time I talked about this topic, it was Michael Jordan in 2020. That was the name of the video.
Yep.
Well, scoring gone up a lot since 2020. And so I don't know who wants to start it off. There's a lot of different ways we can look at this. You got to figure out what team he's on. You got to figure out which Michael Jordan you're picking, all that sort of thing. But who's ready for this?
I'll jump man.
Go, Dario, go. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I think this is going to be different than the last time we talked about it.
But I got to go into a little bit more of a
nerd mode.
Yeah,
I love it.
Can we first go to pace of play? That's one of the key factors here, right? Because pace does matter in points per game, in my opinion. The amount of possessions
that's just a fact.
Yeah. So going back to MJ's highest scoring season, 87.
Yep.
Pretty much the pace is identical, right? For this year. I think it's like 2 decimal places off. So we're looking at a very similar season to what MJ's already seen, like in terms of how fast things are going. In order to get MJ the highest points per game, I'm putting him in a trash team. Absolutely trash team. So can we go to the standings real quick? We are going to put him in the Washington Wizards. That's where we're going.
Love it.
The worst case scenario, we don't care about winning. All I care about is MJ scoring buckets. And that's all he cares about this point too. This is just facts. So in 87, he cared about scoring buckets, 37 points a game. I'm saying MJ easily. I'm not gonna get too aggressive. Let's go with around 43 points a game.
Oh
right?
my God.
Wow.
And my reasoning behind this is we have the same pace, so we already know he's at least getting 37. Maybe a little bit more because he's probably going to get fouled a little bit more, right?
Look at this team. Who's competing with him?
Yeah, CJ McCollum is going to be like just in awe.
Michael Jordan is going to be in 06 Kobe mode, and he ain't passing to any of these scrubs.
Yep. Zero people.
I was about to say Kobe. Oh, God, sorry. With MJ being able to shoot the 3 ball and also get more fouls, I think whatever amount of foul shots he got in 87, just add about 4 or 5 more free throws. I feel like because he's gonna be attacking the basket significantly more than what we would expect for a guy in this era, and then also give him about 2 to 3 more, maybe 4 more 3-point attempts. So between that, I think it raises his points per game by about at least 6 points. And I'm being conservative there, 43 points. But it could go as high as 50. He could do modern day Wilt if he's on the Wizards and just he's the one man show, might even.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is like it's tough if you're taking 87 MJ because like you have to make the assumption if he's going to be shooting more threes, he's not going to be shooting 18% from 3. I don't think he would. I think if Michael Jordan's playing in this modern NBA, then he's a guy who grew up theoretically seeing an NBA where they're shooting more 3-point shots. And so I think he probably would have been more developed. It was very common at that time for guys to develop their 3-point shots literally throughout their careers. Frickin' Larry Bird did it, and 100%. So a lot of them did it because it just wasn't as important back then. Yeah. Back then they wanted the most efficient shots as possible, which in their mind were the closest shots possible.
Yeah. So. My bad. I wasn't trying to say that 87 MJ would be the guy that I'm bringing in. It was just more so to compare his highest points per game season
Sure.
to this year, and that just because if he's able to score that many points in that era at that time, and I just wanted to see whether the pace was significantly different, and then taking into consideration pace plus the 3-point line plus the foul, the rule changes. That was more so. It wasn't the MJ 87 in particular.
Sure. Well, the other thing is like Michael Jordan's scoring went down from his first few seasons in the NBA for like good reasons. The rest of his team got more talented. And then by 1990, now they've got Phil Jackson on the team, and now they're doing the triangle offense and literally telling him, we're trying to take the ball out of your hands to run a more team game. And so you could theorize that 90, 91, 92 MJ could still be putting up 86 to 87 Michael Jordan numbers, but now with a 3-point shot. He just didn't have to because he trusted his team more. If he's on the 1-10 Washington Wizards, there's probably not much trust going around. So, yeah, no, I think that's good. I would pick again 1990 Michael Jordan, like I did in a very recent video we did together, where he averaged 33.6 points per game. He shot 3-point attempts per game, which you have the league averages page up. Russell, look at what the league average for 3-point attempts per game was per team in 1990.
6.6.
6.6. So consider that. In 1990, when Michael Jordan was shooting 3-point attempts per game, he made up nearly half of what the league average was per game in 3-point attempts. So when you translate it that way, I kind of don't doubt that Michael Jordan would be chucking up a lot of threes in the modern NBA, especially if that's what everybody's doing. Let's say he gets up to, this isn't even like among the league leaders. Some guys are shooting up 10, 11, 12. I say we give Michael Jordan a comfortable 8 3-point attempts per game. Say he's making like, 3 of those, 3.5 of those, adding a couple extra points there. Then with all that spacing and everything, and I also think it's more common now for guys to be even more ball dominant than they were in the past. And what I mean by this is I think you have quarterbacks of offense now more than you used to in the past. You used to have more just like more touches to go around, more ball movement in general, but less quarterbacking. Now you've got Lucas, you've got LeBrons, you've got James Hardens, and they try to make guys like that. They had Giannis do that at times, guys who kind of just run that point forward, point guard, but like a big point guard type thing. And so if Michael Jordan did that kind of the way he did at the tail end of the 88 to 89 season, where he just, holds the ball more, I could see MJ averaging, I would say 41 points per game. I'd say I have a hard time seeing much more than that because I don't know if MJ would want to do much more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like
on a winning team for sure. Like that's
I am so happy you brought up the season right before, in which it, as a matter of fact, which I just looked up and I thought was interesting while you were talking here. We have Michael Jordan from 89-90, right? But 88-89 is 32-8-8 with 3 steals, right? 54% shooting. And the league averages in terms of pace, identical. It's 25-26. I think Michael Jordan from that era could get a triple-double in today's game. This Michael Jordan, the one that was actually the quarterback, the one that actually had to do all those things and proved that he could be the facilitator of a team when a lot of people said that was not within him. He also proved in the 91 finals too, when he averaged 31-11, completely ridiculous. Nobody ever talks about those 11 assists in the 91 finals, but I think Michael Jordan could definitely get to like 35, 11 and 11, maybe even more with the 53% shooting. But like,
I think that'd go down a slight tick with those inflation and 3-point attempts, but
right. I'm looking at a guy. I always compare these guys, but I think about a guy like Shea, right? 33, 50. He's got 6 3-pointers. I feel like this is probably pretty close in terms of his shooting percentages, and I think that's probably pretty accurate. I don't think the threes goes up, because I think that takes away from his game. I think his game is destroying the rim and intimidating you with all the shots and dunks he can make around the basket. And
Can I make a hot
that's
take?
what made him great. Yeah,
I got a hot take here. I
We'll
think
see.
06 Kobe would average a higher points per game than any Michael Jordan you pick from any season. And the reason why is because if you put Kobe on that 1 in 10 Wizards, Kobe's going to be even more selfish than Michael Jordan. He ain't
definitely.
passing. He's going to shoot 32 shots a game, and he's going to feel great about it.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
he might actually take 10 threes a game.
Yeah, like I know MJ could do that to a certain extent, but based on what I see, like all the games I've seen from MJ in the 80s and stuff, he still tried more so than Kobe did to get teammates involved. But because when Kobe was averaging, 35 points per game in the 05 to 06 season, the average points scored per team was 97, and that's with more three-pointers than they had in the 80s. The pace was just much slower. MJ, on the other hand, he was playing in a very fast-paced offense with a lot more possessions per game. And so I could see, MJ trying to be a team leader, averaging like 41. I think if there's any guy who's just going to say screw team and try to average 45 a game, I think that's 06 Kobe, personally. Put him with the Wizards. That Wizards team might be worse than any Laker team Kobe's ever played with.
Yeah.
I think if we were to get really specific, if there was any Michael Jordan that had a chance to get like that super high, ridiculous, give me 1986 playoffs, Michael Jordan. Specifically that one. The one that literally got 63 points in a playoff game and went to the what time? How many free throws did he get in that game? I can't even remember.
All right,
it'd be a ridiculous amount.
If we're talking specific MJs, because I was just thinking of MJ in like just his style.
I always make it over specific.
If we're gonna go super specific, I'm going 93 MJ. Obviously, I've already established that's the peak of MJs in my opinion, and we've already seen him average 41. What is the exact stats?
41, 8, and 6. Yeah, 41, 8, and 6.
Like that. In a series, in the most competitive series that you can have, like in the NBA Finals, and we saw him on that.
Suns were playing good too. It
was an amazing Suns team, and he still dropped 40 on them. If you put that MJ, and then not to mention he had runs within that playoffs where he was hitting threes. Had some crazy threes. Mentioned that you could see him, that style of play being played in this era, and because that 54-point game, he shot 9 threes, made 6. I think that MJ in particular destroying in this league.
Yeah,
and he's by far
look
the best player.
Look at those shot attempts in the finals. 28 shots in game 1. 36 shots in game 2. Now triple overtime, to be fair. 43 shots in game 3. Yeah. MJ was getting shots up, man.
Yeah. Let's see, 33.2 shots per game and making 51%.
That's absurd, dude. Yeah. Because he's shooting threes, too. He's shooting 4 3-point attempts per game. And this was at a time when the 3 was at that full length, too. And so I don't know. For anybody who says MJ doesn't shoot threes, like you need.
That's why I think that's why I think 6 is a fair number. Like I hate to bring Shea up again, but like I still think I really think he scores the way MJ would score in today's game, like 100%. I still feel that way. Like,
maybe, but I think MJ's might take like how many shots a game is Shea shooting? Because I think MJ's taking at least 5 or 6 more shots than Shea does.
It's probably similar. The only difference between MJ and Shea is I think MJ attacks the basket completely differently. I think he's like dunking the ball when he's attacking, and
like
also
21 shots per game is pretty tame for MJ. Like especially what we were.
It's efficient though. I think if he was less efficient, obviously he would shoot more. Like let's go to playoffs. How many is he shooting in the playoffs? He's actually it manages to be the same, which is crazy.
Totally killed my point, but whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but I'm surprised that that it is the same because usually we do
I mean,
see it go
21
up,
to
but
22 seems like a lot in today's game for sure. Like you said, there's less hero ball compared to what there used to
yeah,
be in the past. But MJ's gonna MJ, dude. Like he's gonna
yeah.
do it, and
Shea's
especially
finals is 22.6. Yeah.
and I know we're looking at guys in the finals, we're looking at MJ in the finals, but again, where we started this is we're putting MJ on a garbage team because we want buckets, you know, and if that's the case, there's no way MJ's averaging less than 25, 26 shots per game. There's just no way.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not totally sure that I would need my 32, 8, and 8 MJ to be on a garbage team to get good numbers. Like,
no, you don't. That's not the point. The point is we're trying to max out points. Peak MJ is going to get numbers in this era anywhere you put him. If you want to put him with a good team, by all means, put him with a good team.
I guess if you're trying, you know, like you guys said, if you're trying to get buckets, get buckets. But I don't know. A lot of people think Nikola Jokic is the best player in the league because of all these triple doubles he gets. So I don't know. I think triple doubles are more impressive to certain people, but that's a different topic for a different
You put 93 MJ on any of these teams in this era, and he's by far the best player in the league.
Let me ask you a question. Put him with the San Antonio Spurs with Wemby, and that talented team. Obviously, now he's taking the
that team has been so good this year too.
How many points is Michael Jordan averaging on a really good team now?
On this team in particular, where he doesn't necessarily need to score the points.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, that's more interesting. Probably maybe 28. Just if it's efficient. If it's efficient.
That's not MJ. Like
he's still getting 32 at least. Yeah, I think he's still getting 32
at minimum.
He's going to defer to other guys, but other people would be like, MJ's still the best player here. Why are you not taking
I don't know. I think
shots?
that would make the team worse.
His biggest thing was wanting to prove that you can be a 30-point scorer and winning a championship. Like at the time, that had never been done going into the 90s, and then he did it 6 times. And now
MJ never thought to himself, you know what? Maybe there's some truth to what they're saying. I need to score less. No, he was like, I am going to prove that I can do what I'm doing and still win.
I think MJ.
I think that would make the team worse then. I don't think that would be
Russell,
good for
some of your takes involving MJ lately have been wild. You cannot tell me MJ joins Victor Wembanyama and they get worse. I don't care about the matchups, the ball movement.
There's only one
MJ
basketball.
And Wemby. They're fine. They're fine.
I just think if you guys think he's taking 35 shots a game, like with
that's not
San
what we
Antonio,
said. He's averaging 30.
I mean, how else is he going to get over 30 points? Like,
what do you mean
on this team?
If he shoots 20 shots a game, he's getting 30 points in this league for sure.
As efficient as he is, for sure.
He's
definitely free throw attempts.
Can we go back to his basketball reference real quick? If you go back to MJ, he's shooting. All right, so in his 91 to 93 run, he's shooting anywhere between 22 to 25 shots a game, right?
But it's a team that desperately needed him to do that. Like there was nobody there. Like
to an extent, I don't think
10 shots, 12, 15, like at most.
I don't think. The only reason I disagree with that they desperately needed it, I think it just gave them the best chance of winning for sure. Because the next year you see Scott, all of the,
they win 55 games without it.
Yeah. So they didn't I don't think they desperately needed it. I think they realized MJ being the main guy within this offense wins us championships.
I think if you're playing the game of basketball and Michael Jordan is not leading your team in shot attempts by a significant amount, you're an idiot and you don't know how basketball works. Yeah. That's how I think it works. I'm not saying Russell is. I'm saying if he's on the Spurs and Michael Jordan isn't getting shots up, I'm not saying he's averaging what he's averaging on the Wizards. Michael Jordan is the offense if he's on the Wizards. But
all I'm saying is there's a reason he never there's a reason that he wanted to play with a guy like Shaq, like at the end of his run, and why he liked a guy like Shaq so much is because he wanted to play with somebody dominant like that. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's a bad take. I feel like he did what he needed to do to win basketball games. But if he had a player as dominant as he was on the floor, and he had a 7'4" freak that could do all this stuff. Yeah. He'd be the idiot to not give him the ball.
Russell, let's just think about this real quick. Let me paint the picture.
I don't think what I'm saying is so crazy.
118 points per game. Michael Jordan, the 10-time leading scorer, most in NBA history, is going to be in this modern
What's
NBA on a team where he's going to score 28 of those 118 points. MJ, 28 in the modern league with all that space, he's scoring 28.
He's already got 2 guys on the team that are 20-point scorers. There's
Well, they're going to score less. They're going to score less. Yeah, that's just how that works.
So they're going to be the ones that are. You guys are.
I'm sorry.
No, MJ is because he's not on the Wizards. No,
I'm
32 is tame for MJ in his prime.
Your mug on, settling up and riding right now. That's crazy.
I'm so sorry that I think that the best player to play is gonna make these other 2 guys play second fiddle. Yes, if you don't, that they would lose. If
he's scoring what you're saying he's scoring, he's going to be 7th or 8th in scoring. Do you really think he's going to be like 7th or 8th in scoring?
All I'm saying is this stat line is a great stat line, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's all I'm saying. If he was on a real team with a bunch of people, but what's wrong with this? This is a fantastic stat line. Like,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying he's better than
you guys are. You guys are acting like there's a lot wrong with it. Yeah, but I think peak MJ could still be great within that, and then in the playoffs he can bump it up. Like
I just think you're trying to bring him back down to earth. We're talking about the best player, best scorer.
I'm putting him on a team with good players. I'm not putting him on the Wizards. I'm putting him on a team with good players on it.
To me, this is
which is why he's not averaging 40. He's averaging like low 30s, but 28.
Yeah, 28 is not crazy, man.
To me,
on a team with other good players.
To me, adding MJ to the Spurs would be him probably averaging. I'm gonna go 30, 33, 6 and 6, right? That's his playoff numbers. Well, that's what he did in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would definitely think he could average that in the playoffs.
No, I'm saying he'd do this 100%. In the regular season. And Wemby would be more of a 22, 15, 5 blocks. And that's not a bad thing, honestly. Like, if you think, I don't know.
I think it's crazy that the he's gonna be the one that takes the step back when he's the one who actually shoots threes. Like, and you're telling me he's going to take 3 points back? That doesn't make any sense.
You really think that Michael Jordan should take a step back to Wemby? For what? What has Wemby done? Like, I'm so sorry. Second year in the league.
You guys are missing the point.
What has Wemby done to say Michael Jordan should take a step back from him? You
guys are missing the point. They could go like 82-0. That would be what Jordan would be happy about.
But also, MJ's gonna think we can go win 82-0 with me scoring over 30. Like, I don't think.
I don't know why you think that's a good thing. I think that's a bad thing. I think that
I'm not saying it is or isn't a good thing. I'm saying this is Michael Jordan, so that's probably how he's gonna behave. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're putting the Kobe Bryant mentality on it, and I think if he was on a team with a dominant player, he would be able to work together with that player.
Let's go back to The Last Dance, and let's remember when they were talking about how MJ going into the 90s season into the 90s, they were talking about how a player who wants to score all they were comparing him to Will Chamberlain when Will Chamberlain was trying to score all of these points and losing, and they said scoring champions don't win championships. Like they win scoring titles and not championships, something like that. And that was the mindset going into the 90s until Michael Jordan became a thing and said, nah, I'm going to win 10 scoring championships. And throughout this run, I'm winning 6 NBA championships because of my 30 points per game. When we did his legacy breakdown, we talked about how every single year he made sure that he was getting 30. Even when he switched from Doug Collins to Phil Jackson tried to push him towards the triangle. And he did, but he said, I'm still going to drop 30 while fitting into the system.
There's no I in team, but there is an I in win. That was Michael Jordan who said that. Like,
all I'm saying is there, when we're putting players, any player who has joined a team that has other great scores on it, their scoring goes down. It's what happens, and they all win.
No, I understand, and I still think it's 32.
Who's the great scorer is where I'm confused. I don't think Wemby's proven that he's an all-time great scorer to make MJ have to play second fiddle. I don't understand how when I see Wemby at 25 and I'm saying Jordan's going to be at 28, how Jordan's playing second fiddle. I don't understand that. Because that means that Jordan has to adjust his game completely to make Wemby.
No, it doesn't. No, it
In order to
Are
allow
you
Wemby to score 20
seriously saying that Wemby's going to average 25 points per game with Michael Jordan on his team?
That's wild.
You don't think he's losing any shot attempts with Michael Jordan on his team?
I think they'll both lose shot attempts. I think that's how that works.
All right. Then his points are naturally going to go down as well. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
no.
I'm agreeing with that.
I actually agree with you. I'm not saying MJ doesn't. I'm saying the gap between Wizards and that's still 9 points, between Wizards and Spurs. So that's a significant drop.
I think he gets more assists. I think he gets more assists, and then I think he gets a little bit less points on a good team. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Chat,
there's not one.
Let
thing
us
wrong
know,
with
chat. Which side do you want, Dario, Johnny, Russell team? Let us know.